very good example of a candle pattern that's not at structure, not at resistance or support. It's just a candle pattern in mid-air, so it means nothing. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel for another trading day, and today I will look again at cryptocurrencies, but this time failing at crucial weekly levels. Look at Brent oil, some gold and Forex, and also individual currency strength, and in the dollar index. Let's kick off with the dollar index. You see the gap up yesterday morning on the dollar index, and then the big bearish engulfing, which means nothing, because this is a very good example of a candle pattern that's not at structure, not at resistance or support. It's just a candle pattern in mid-air, so it means nothing. You can see, in fact, it's closing right at the intermediate high of this double bottom. I'm not saying it will not drop through. If it goes through, yes, it's going to drop like a rock, most likely through this level next stop down here. But I still believe we're just seeing the retest, and then we're going to see the bounce back up to the moving average to be tested. So be aware of these candle patterns in mid-air. That can suck someone into something or having a certain view that can be very, very costly. So then we move on to cryptocurrencies to see how we're failing at this stage. Now the weekly candle has not closed yet, but look there how it fails. So the resistance are coming in. The point I'm trying to make is to see how important this halfway mark is on the long black candles. You can see here, as it gets there, it was pushing and it fell over. So there's some selling pressure coming in there. Look at Polkadot. Also, really nice push through, and now failing against that halfway mark of that black candle. XRP completely rolling over on the halfway mark. Okay, you see, it tested there last week already, couldn't hold it, and falling back below there. You can see how it's just not getting to that well, it's getting to the halfway marks, but it can't hold to those levels, and that's not good news. That's not good news. Yes, for now it's still okay, because we still have the weekly candle close. It can still close above. But the worrisome part is, if we're not going to push through this week, that means we're going to have a third most likely small body of the long black candles. And you know by now, if you're following this channel, that you look at the bodies of the candles, that tells you what the market will be doing. And long black, small up, long black, small up, that's the problem that we've got here. Chain link also testing the level, pushing, can't hold it. It's here again. We got long black, little one up, long black, losing a little bit of steam, small. So this is not bullish in any language. Although I showed you yesterday morning that the daily charts have changed direction, but it's not time to buy here. We're looking for entries. Yes, we're looking for entries. Most likely only from next week. Let's see what the market confirms. Solana, look there, barely got to the level, and a big sell-off coming in at $12-15. Not golding. So long blacks coming down, small whites going up. Not good news unless it changes by Sunday night. Before we continue, thank you for today's sponsor, Inkasu. Do you struggle with customer queries that takes up all your time? Contact Inkasu to help transform your website customer focus with an integrated AI staff member. For more info, check out the link in the description. Dogecoin, exactly there. Halfway mark, final resistance, sellers stepping in. Not a great space to be in at this stage. So then we move on to Brent oil. Brent oil, now I've been talking about this rising trend line and the retest. It's not a convincing break. Yes, will I have to be more bullish than bearish? For sure. But long white candle, long lower shadow, that's all bullish patterns. We can still, it's Friday night, we can still close well below these lows here tonight, and that will turn this resistance line or the support line into resistance. So just keep an eye open there. If I have to hold a position here, yes, I will be long, but I will be cautiously long and definitely not convincing short on this. You can see even the daily direction is busy changing. So this is just a warning. This is not a directional trade that I'm taking at this stage. Then just the trend lines here. Look at this Aussie New Zealand coming down, testing, now bouncing very nicely. You can find some form of entry. You can sit with a nice longer term position here. Gold flying like crazy. Any breakout trades here, we're setting targets at about $3,100 levels, which is on the daily charts. You go there and you go to the Fibonacci's. You draw in your Fibonacci from there because gold cutting through into a new all-time high. If you look at the 1.27, that's it there. 3,100, and any final targets for this move is 3,150 to 3,160, 70, roughly there. So that's the two areas I'm looking to take some profits. So quite a big surprise to me also. I'm small in, unfortunately. I needed much more than this. I didn't expect a move this big on the stronger dollar there. That worries me. But all right, so you can see dollar on the intraday charts gaining, although we saw that big bearish engulfing in the beginning of the video on the dollar index, we still see intraday dollar pushing upwards. So this is usually more correct than what we see there. And this might put pressure on this. So I am looking for a retracement. If I get a retracement to the 61% levels here, that's the area. This is where I will consider buying again. We do have the all-time high there, which is strong, but that's not at a FIP level. So I'd rather sit and wait then here for a retracement back to this areas. You had the consolidation breakout here. The breakout there, I mentioned this to you yesterday. We had the breakout there, and now flying up the page, surprisingly to me also. In the New Zealand yen, this one I was fixated on the bullishness of the breakout. You can see testing 1, 2, 3, but on the fourth attempt it failed and it's rolling over. Now actually testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the sixth attempt. Don't just chase it when it breaks. The trend line breaks are not that big on breakouts. You have to get a break and a decent retest. You must do all your technical analysis. It's just a guideline of direction, of potential direction. It's not an entry. It's not an entry on its own. Then the Euro Swiss now pushing through this falling wedge. I like this a lot. But if I look at my euro there, it's not great. So I'm not ready to get in yet. But the pattern still tells us that we are looking for longs here, and we're trying to get the break. So I'll move the line slightly there and say, all right, you know what, when it breaks up there now, because it did fall back into the sideways range. But look at the breaks, the retests, and some pattern set up there to confirm the breakout. I would even wait for my RS to get into line there. Then the Euro US doing a similar thing. Euro not that strong. That worries me a little bit on this. So I'm not in yet. I'm not doing anything yet. I'm worried about my trend. I'm worried about the Euro USD. But this shows us some form of a continuation. Now it might, and remember now, the minimum target objective of a move like this is up there. We can have multiple trades in there, but that gives us an idea of direction. Then on the indices, Nasdaq now came back to do the gap fill. I like the gap fill. Little double bottom forming, can't get through the halfway mark. You see this now, I've showed this on cryptocurrencies also. That halfway mark, founding resistance there. So a close up there will make this a double bottom. Still a valid long entry for me. Although with a stronger dollar, it's very difficult because it negates the bullishness or even turn the market bearish if you get a strong dollar. And then the S&P 500, then you can see there also. Halfway mark hit, ticked, sell off immediately. This is not a good enough hammer candle for an entry, so there was not an entry. Now I'm looking for a double bottom potentially coming in here. So a breakout above that, a 4-hour close above that area. I think that's the coup de grace, and that should give us a good direction. But guys, trading isn't just about my insights. Please fill up the comments below this video. You can support this channel by checking out all the links in the description. Thank you for joining me today on this trading journey. Remember that trading carries risk, so don't forget to trade responsibly and never trade with money you cannot afford to lose. I can't wait to see my next video. Until then, trade well.